What's going on, guys? Golden here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you the top 5 reticles in Warzone and Modern Warfare 2, as well as how to unlock them. Just before we get into the top 5 list, I wanted to show you some footage of the STB, which is a very good assault rifle that lots of people are using right now. You can see the iron sight is absolutely terrible in my opinion, because it obstructs the enemies from your view when you're trying to shoot them. If you're going for headshots, as you can see here, it completely obstructs their body, which when they move around, say they crouch or slide or something like that, it becomes very hard to track them. So that's why it's important to go over all of these sites and see which one works for you. And one last thing, I want all of you guys to go down in the comments right now and tell me your favorite optic in Modern Warfare 2 so far. Also feel free to ask any questions or leave any comments, because I answer every single comment in my comment section. Anyways, that's enough talk, let's get into the top 5 list. Coming in at number 5 on this list is going to be the SZ Sigma. So essentially what this is a pretty clear sight. The first two on this list are kind of interchangeable because they're honestly not too bad. The only problem I have with this scope is that it shows some of the iron sight from the gun, and this becomes quite annoying when acquiring targets, just for me at least. I like a nice clear scope, one that doesn't have any obstruction in it, so this is kind of why it's coming in at number 5, is because it's not a clear sight. But nonetheless, it's still something for some players to consider. But to unlock this, all you have to do is level up the X12 pistol to level 4. Coming in at number 4 on this list is going to be the SZ Mini. As you can see from the gameplay shown, it has some sort of crosshair reticle, which really obstructs some of your view when shooting from a long range, but at a close range, the scope actually isn't too bad. I would only recommend this scope for multiplayer, and only in close range maps like Shoot House honestly works fine. But when you go to Warzone and you're shooting guys from longer ranges, I don't think this would be very beneficial to have. In terms of unlocking this, it's very simple. You just have to level up the P90 to level 4, or the P890 in this game. The next sight on the list is the Cronen Mini Red Dot. This is the clearest sight we've seen yet on this list. However, it has some drawbacks, which I will talk about in a moment. What I do really like about this sight is that it has a circular field of view, which really helps see enemies at a distance as well as close range. The only problem with this sight is I find there's a lot of visual recoil. As you can see, it kind of bounces up and down with the gun, and that's why I'm ranking it at the 3rd spot. In terms of unlocking this sight, it might be one of the hardest to get, just because you have to level up the FSS Hurricane to level 3, as it says there, which, to unlock the FSS Hurricane in multiplayer anyways, you will have to get the FTAC Recon to level 17. So what I would suggest is go into Warzone and actually use the FSS Hurricane and pick up contracts and whatnot, and that will give your weapon XP, and I'm sure getting it to level 3 won't be a problem if you do like this sight. Moving on to the number 2 spot, this is going to go to the Slimline Pro sight. Now, you may be recognizing this from Modern Warfare 2019. It looks very similar to the GI Mini Reflex, which was a very popular sight back then that I used and many others did as well. This sight has a lot of upsides, as it's a very small and precise sight with less visual recoil than the last one, as you can tell. At a close to medium range, this scope is ideal, I think, for Warzone and multiplayer. Obviously the number 1 spot will be personal preference, but I do prefer this sight in some situations. Say for assault rifles at a close range, or some SMGs with a bad iron sight, I would actually prefer this one over the number 1 spot, which I will explain in a minute. But overall, I really like this sight. It's very clear, precise, and works really well for most situations. To unlock this sight, you're going to have to get the Lockman sub, or the MP5 as most people call it, to level 11, which, to unlock the Lockman sub, you're going to have to get the Lockman 556 leveled up, so that might take a while. But if you use the MP5 in Warzone, like I said with the FSS Hurricane, and do contracts, you should be able to level it up pretty quickly. The number 1 spot on this list, and my favorite sight in the game so far, goes to the Cronen Mini Pro. Not only does this have a blue reticle, which is absolutely sick in my opinion, but it has a very wide range of zoom, which helps with long range gunfights as well as medium and short range. So overall, I think it's a very good reticle for anything that you might need it for. This goes for Warzone and multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2. As you can see in the clips, it has very little visual recoil, even with a gun like the F-TAC Recon, which does have quite a kick to it. It keeps your sights on target no matter what, at any range as well, which is really nice for definitely for Warzone. I would say if you're a Warzone player, primarily this is the sight that you're going to want to unlock. Overall, this is definitely my favorite sight, but let me know what you guys think. To unlock the Cronen Mini Pro, all you have to do is level up the Expedite 12 shotgun to level 7. This should be a pretty simple process, and it's really worth it in my opinion. This is definitely the best sight in Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 for me, so I want you guys to give it a try and see what you think of it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing to the channel as we're growing very fast. Hey, I mean, these edits and this content looks pretty damn good for someone with only 300 something subscribers by the time you're watching this video. So why not click that subscribe button and join us as we grow together. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.